How is everyone? It's Friday night. I feel all right. Just a little bit of audio. I accidentally pushed the wrong button before going live there. So the intro stream was a little muted, but it's fixed now. How y'all doing? It's been a while. And by a while, I mean it's been like a week. And that is the first Saturday stream we've missed in almost a year. I think I started doing the regular streams on Saturdays in October. I've been doing them since like May of last year, April actually, I think. But since October, we haven't missed a day or a Saturday. And last week was the first one. So I wasn't feeling good. I actually had no voice, so I probably would have made it about 20 minutes before like completely losing my voice. So I figured I'll cancel it. I said I was going to try and make up for it and do a Monday stream. Monday was a holiday for us up here in Canada. Labor Day, I think the US has it too. And instead I spent the day at the beach with the family. And it was a holiday. Get to have fun every now and then. So I am back. How is everyone doing? I know the basement looks empty. I'll give you guys a quick tour in a minute here. But I'm in the process of redoing everything. In the studio here. I've got the old logos down. I've moved it out of the way. I got to make a new one because I don't know where it is on the screen, but there's a new logo. Where is it? Stand by. That's the new logo. Okay. So, yes. Stuff's being done. I'm moving stuff around, trying to get more room. Let's go to mobile cam. Hello there. So, the shelf is gone. That's now the resin corner. I've got an island in the middle here. There's storage in the closet, and I no longer have a crappy 15-inch Dell. I actually picked up a proper monitor. I still got the crappy 15-inch for seeing myself on OBS, but we have a somewhat proper screen finally. So we're getting there. I still need to put corner shelving in this corner here. This acro bin of all my screws is going to move. Corner shelving, I'm going to put a bunch of prints in the corner there because I can't work on anything in this corner. Like this is as close to the corner as I get. There's no point in me putting a printer there. So moving stuff around, yada yada. Still waiting on stuff to come in for the Micron build and the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder. I have another printer coming in. It's a printer I haven't played with before. It's a printer type I haven't played with before. So that will probably be in a couple weeks. I don't know. I'll unbox it then. And a few other small projects, like single stream projects. But tonight we're going to work on something that I've been putting off for a while, and that is the Ender 3 V2. It's been sitting in the corner collecting dust for a while. People keep asking me what kind of mods I would recommend for the Ender. So I'm going to do a series. I'm going to do a video called If I Only Had an Ender, and I'll be going over what I would do if I only had an Ender as my only printer and what I would add to it. So before we get started though, I want to give a huge shout out to Thangs for sponsoring this stream tonight. For those that remember our last stream, we did some painting and was inspired by our good friend Bob the Ross. So if you want to print your own little chibi Bob Ross model, I have a link in the description. I'm going to be painting these actually this week. I planned to do it this week, but I didn't have the time. And this room up until probably yesterday was a complete disaster. So yes, go print your own little Bob Ross. I have a link in the description. You can get this model off Thangs. And then he can print happy trees in your print room and watch over you as you have good times. Because remember, there's no mistakes, just happy little accidents. And then also, that model is a ChaosCoreTech model. Right now, it is spooktember with ChaosCoreTech, and they are putting out a model every day. So a lot of them are like Halloween themed. They've done a bunch of Harry Potter models, but every day they're putting out a little model. So follow them on Thanks. So let me catch up with chat. I haven't had a chance. Taff Fox, €2. Thank you, appreciate it. Or £2. Thank you, appreciate it. I think somebody became a member. Vincent, thank you for becoming a member. Let me get the music going. It's too quiet. Note Discord, don't switch audio devices. And desktop audio. There we go. Let's get some music going. Where is Raymond? There's Raymond. Hi, Raymond. Delta. It's a Delta. I have not played with the Delta. I have a Delta coming. Convert Ender 3 to resin. Okay, I'm gonna share with you guys a how do I word this? I'm not proud to admit, but I want to get another resin printer. I want a big resin printer. For those that don't know, like, I originally got into 3D printing because I wanted to do, like, not quite cosplay, but like, you know, Iron Man helmet. I printed this out of ABS, and it's a million parts, and every now and then I sit down and I'm like, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to clean it all up, get rid of all the layer lines, put the servos in it, and get it done proper, right? And then I start working on it, and it's a mess because it's all layer lines, and nothing quite lines up because it's printed. And it's like, I want a large format resin. One day, maybe. We'll see. Have any tips, tricks, or advice for laying out the plates when printing the switch wire parts? Obviously, accent color together. Well, in terms of, like, when it comes to batching your parts, like if you're trying to batch your parts, like are you trying to optimize so you have the least amount of plates? What I would do is print stuff that goes together. So print all your tool head stuff at once. Print all your XZ assembly stuff at once. Print all your under the skirt or under the hood stuff all at once. That way, as it comes off the plate, you can kind of organize it and you're not going, oh shoot, where did I put the Raspberry Pi mount? That's what I do if I'm not doing production. If you're looking to like mass produce, like you want to just pump out kits, look at the PIF guys. I think in the PIF channel on the Discord, they have pinned plates for like pre-made plates for some of the printers. I'm not sure if all of them and what sizes, but that is a thing. As for orientation, print them as they load. All Voron parts are pre-orientated correctly. Like you should not be rotating any Voron parts when you go to print them. And then for the how you print them, it's covered in the manual. It's in the front of the manual. All the manuals say at the beginning, it's like 4 or 5 walls, 40% infill, 5 top bottom layers, etc. So, Thomas 20, thank you, appreciate it. Hey, what's up? A camera. This camera. That camera is up. Get a Frozone Sonic Mega AK. See, I don't think I want that big. What are my thoughts on the Rat Rig? Where's my whiskey? Rat Rig's probably a good printer. It's a kit-based Core XY printer. It's a modern design. Probably pretty good, but I don't have one. I don't know anyone who has one, so I can't make an opinion on it. But it's probably okay. And then I don't know what the Jenny is. Honestly, like the Jenny, I seen a picture of it on the Facebooks, which I am on the Voron Facebook, but I don't go on there often. It's somebody just is building a Voron out of machine parts, like plate steel, which if you're going to machine a Voron, do it out of plates. And now he's selling it as a kit, calling it a Jenny. It's a Voron with machine parts. But yeah, I don't know. I think his post got taken down for advertising, because if you're going to try and sell your printer that's not a Voron on a Voron group, that's usually not a good idea. Thought it was the drink trigger. I'm running low on whiskey, so right. It's probably okay. And it honestly is. Honestly, there's very few modern printer designs that are bad. You have your Ender 3 clone, which they clone the Ender 3, or they use the exact same setup, because honestly, it's a V-wheel bed flinger. You can only make it so many ways because it's simple and it works. Your DIY printers, your rail cores, your Vorons, your Rat Rigs, a Core XY is a good kinematic as long as you have proper motor mounts and whatnot and your belts aren't twisted. So it's easy to build a good printer nowadays, I think. And then we have firmwares that can keep up with them finally, so. Nero, important question. Why Voron no longer supports slice engineering hot ends? Can you explain? I knew this was going to come up. There are posts about it in the Voron Discord. Now, I will say, how do I say this? The decision was not mine. I am on the Voron team. Full disclaimer, I'm a member of the Voron design team. I am an admin on the Voron Discord and the Reddit. I won't touch the Facebook. So full disclosure there, I've been involved with Voron for almost coming up on 3 years now, almost 3 years now. Slice Engineering has started being litigious and contacting people selling parts out of their garages. And I don't know what they have said. I don't want to know all the details because, you know, I'm not a lawyer. I'm in another country. I don't know all the law and whatnot. But basically, they're going after guys in their garage selling what they claim are derivatives of the dragon or the mosquito. So when you start threatening to sue members of a community who are operating small shops to help people build their printers out of the garage, usually the community doesn't like that. And so PIF, which is run by Doc made the decision that PIF will no longer support Slice Engineering components going forward. If they want to sue or attempt to sue or, you know, call up and say, hey, we know you still have some of those dragons. We'll let you sell them because, yeah, but you have to give us a cut of it. Yeah, no, it's his discretion. So he runs PIF, and if they want to be like that, then PIF won't support him. That's Doc made that call, and that's what it is, and I support him. It's his project. He's allowed to do what he wants. So, yeah, all because they got a patent that pretty much a lot of people disagree that they should have even got the patent. Because the only thing they have patent, everyone thinks it's bimetallic heat breaks. They don't own the patent on bimetallic heat breaks. There are plenty of other things that are, there are plenty other designs out there that use bimetallic. They never went after bimetallic heat breaks. You can always get the Dragonfly. That is bimetallic. They never went after that. They only went after things that used a heat break that was non-structural, because Slice came up with the non-structural heat break, and it is fully their design, and they patented it because they were the first to come up with a non-structural heat break. Yeah, that's totally on them. Nobody else ever did that before, and they own the patent for it. So, yes, that's totally them, right? They totally weren't inspired by anyone or anything, and there's no prior existing art of any hot end in 3D printing that had a unsupported heat break with standoffs. That, yeah. So, sure, they own the patent, right? But I disagree with that, so I'm not going to support them. So, yeah. You like my dust collectors? So yeah, if they want to go and be sue happy, again, go against, you know, a community that's a smaller community, you know, DIY 3D printer builders. If they want to get bad blood, because again, I didn't like them ever since the fact they screwed up a group buy and they cost me and several other Canadians. I think I'm down $100, and I know a few other Canadians that are down more than that because they couldn't handle a group buy of like 20 people, and they didn't apologize or anything. They just kind of let it roll. So ever since then, I haven't liked them. I personally think the Dragon is a better implementation of the way it works, because honestly, their whole having to use the paste and the wider heater block, I don't like. So yeah. So that is my opinion. And again, the fun thing about Voron, we're not a company, so everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I don't like getting into the drama. I really don't. I just want to print stuff, guys. But, you know, I'm friends with members of the community. And if you start threatening to sue members of the community that I'm part of, and I've been a part of for 3 years, I'm not going to take that well. So, yeah. Like, I ran a mosquito for years. It is a solid hot end. It has issues that I don't like. I think the Dragon implements the idea better. But what they're doing, I don't agree with. Plus, it's way overpriced. So yeah. Hey, let's do some Ender modding. What are we doing tonight? We're doing Ender modding. Somebody became a member. Oh, E3 to Switchwire. No, I won't be doing a Switchwire mod of the Ender 3 because I only have one Ender 3 and I want to keep it an Ender 3. So I will be modding the Ender 3, but I won't be converting it to a Switchwire. Why? I already have a Switchwire. He's moved back here. I'll get into that later. But the build of an Ender 3 to a Switchwire isn't really that big of a change. You're just using a slightly different frame, but the actual assembly, the components are pretty much the same. So if I were to do like a conversion of it, you might as well just watch my Switchwire build and adjust the, like it'd be one stream of the differences and the rest of it would just be a normal Switchwire build. I don't think the design is that much different from a stock Switchwire to an Ender 3 conversion. So there's that. And then also, I already have a Switchwire. I don't need another Switchwire. And I want to keep the Ender 3 for Ender 3 things. So we're going to be doing mods on the Ender 3. Let me catch up on chat, because I know I missed out a bunch of that. So. Mosquito's great. It's overpriced. Hello from Italy. Hello from Canada. As much fluff we give. Honestly, I rip on E3D for, you know, when I started in 3D printing, I built my first printer with an E3D V6. And when my son becomes an adult and builds his first 3D printer, his printer will be an E3D V6. I joke about that. But honestly, you know, I'm putting a Chimera in this. E3D reached out to me a while ago and they're like, hey, you do printer stuff. Do you want to do something with a Chimera? And they sent me a Chimera. And sorry, Sanjay, I haven't gotten to this sooner. I just haven't had time with this to get it. But we're going to be putting a Chimera in there. And you know what? Now that I ripped on this in the past, but now that I've actually had my hands on it, I got to stop being more critical of things I haven't, you know, had hands-on experience with. I like it a little bit. It's a little bit heavy. It's a little bit big chungussy. But for what we're going to be using it on this printer, it'll probably be pretty fine. Also, it's got, you know, copper block and nozzle X and all the goodies. They didn't send me exactly. I bought 2 mosquitoes and they sent me 1 sticker. Come on, guys. Come on. And you know what? You know what? Out of spite, I still have one of their lollipops that I have not eaten. I'm saving this for something special. Dragonfly husband. Yeah, I like dragons. I pretty much all my printers except one run a dragon or a dragonfly or something. Have to give the Nova. The Nova, I don't think it's different enough to be worth it. It's a shiny volcano. The hit dissipation. Honestly, I think the biggest issue people have with the Chimera is they go and put quieter fans on this. I'm tempted to put a server fan on this. I have no problem running loud fans on my printers because honestly, the majority of heat creep issues are people trying to make their printers quiet and buying crappy fans or using cheap fans that come with them, like knockoff printers. So you want airflow. Blow as much air at this thing as you can, and you probably won't have the heat creep issues. Range day. When Slice goes out of business, I don't know. I think honestly they're just trying to get sold. They follow their Twitter and their social media. Following the Twitter and social media of a company tells you a lot about the company. If I follow E3D, I follow E3D on Twitter, right? Sanjay's a good guy. I've chatted with him. He's a good guy. Hey guys, look what our guys have made. You know, people have used our Chimeras to print this. Look what Buddy printed on a tool changer, right? Thanks. The sponsor of tonight's show. Hey, look what people are making with our stuff for off our site. Or hey, look what somebody designed and put on our site. Slice. Hey guys, look at this award we won. Hey guys, look how awesome our company is. Hey guys, look at our award we won. It's all self-congratulatory stuff. Like, I can't remember the last time I seen something on their page that was, hey, look what, you know, somebody printed with it. So. But, I hate drama. I don't want to do drama. We're doing mods. So, okay, I should probably talk about what I'm doing. The Ender 3 V2. This is for the most part, stock Ender 3 V2. I've taken off the hot end, and we've already swapped out the controller board. It's not running the stock controller board right here. We are running a Mellow Fly RepRap firmware. It is a controller board that runs RepRap. It's a standalone controller board running RepRap. I know I'm a Clipper guy. This is my one printer that runs RepRap firmware. They sent me this board a while ago. I've been using it on here. It's a nice board. It runs RepRap. I think I'm going to keep it in. Part of me wants to put the original board back in. Because one, it's already flashed for Clipper. And two, I don't know. You know what? I think I am going to stick with RepRap on here. What do you guys think? Should I stick with RepRap on here? I'll let you guys decide. Should we stick with RepRap or put the original board back in and deal with what we have for hookups for modding this thing? Because honestly, the controller doesn't matter in today's day and age. Wait, I can do polls. Wait. RepRap, OG board and Clipper. Ask. There we go. I can do a poll. So I gotta unhook a bunch of stuff though. Because we are going to be rewiring this whole thing. Where's my poll? There's my poll. OG board and Clipper. Everyone wants the OG board and Clipper. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is the screen. So, F4C, thank you for becoming a member. So, looks like we will be taking this out. John Clark, I don't care. Honestly, the different here, okay, we'll talk about this board because I'm taking this board out does not mean I really like this board. This board is great for newbies who want to upgrade. Say you have an original Ender, right? That has the 8-bit board and the non-silent steppers. This board is drop-in. It has built-in Wi-Fi, and it's a single board solution for getting your printer up to speed for a 32-bit, silent drivers, and Wi-Fi connectivity in a single board. So if you don't care about a webcam and you just want to get your printer, you know, remote and quieter, this is a great option because it's cheaper than going and getting a Raspberry Pi and upgrading the controller board to an SKR. Okay, this is a completely valid option, and I do like this option. So how about both? I could keep this in and install Clipper, but I'm going to save this for another project, I think. Because I need to do some standalone testing of capabilities of protection systems in printers for an upcoming video. And so I need a controller board that runs something other than Clipper. RepRap supports webcams if it's an IP webcam. So if you have a webcam that connects over like IP and you have the IP address, you can put that IP address into your Duet web control interface and it'll load the webcam in the interface, but you can't plug a webcam into a RepRap board. So, do I have a Raspberry Pi for it? Sure. Oh, hey, I got a Pi 3 Mini. Or, what is it? Pi 3A? Pi 3A. Or I got nanos. Or zeros. I got Pi Zero somewhere. I don't know. I'm sure I got one somewhere. I've got like 3 or 4 Pis floating around in different spots. I've got a Pi Zero somewhere. I'll use a Pi Zero. Because I don't think I'm going to use a webcam on this. Where's my flathead? There we go. Yeah, and pull. Yeah, so we're looking like OG. 45 likes. Make sure you guys are liking that smash button, as the youngins say. that out. Take that out. Also, I'm really hoping this mount works. The mount I'm using is a, I found this mount on Thingiverse. Hopefully it works. Just arrived, your space is so clean now, you probably already showed everyone. Yeah, I did a quick little tour at the beginning of the stream, just going around. It's so nice being able to actually have you guys on a proper screen instead of like, I used to have like another 15-inch down here. So I can actually see all my metrics and chat at the same time because YouTube doesn't handle 1024 by 768 streams too good anymore. So. Any advantage to using a Pi 3 over Pi 4 cost, I guess? When it comes to running Clipper, it does not really matter which Pi you use if you don't want to run a webcam. If you want to run a webcam, then yes, you need one of the newer, like a Pi 3 or a Pi 4. Where is my WoW stick? Oh, there it is. If you want to run a webcam, yes, you need a Pi 3 or a Pi 4. If you don't care about a webcam, a Pi 0 will run just fine. Music went all quiet. No, music's there. Yeah, Eddie's little IDEX is kind of sweet, honestly. But my next build again will be, I think it's actually looking like now that the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder will be the next thing that I build. I gotta start printing that soon. And then a Micron as well. So I am building a Micron that will come one day. Mr. Deep Fried Hero, he will be making kits of it, and I will be using that kit. Doubled the likes, yay! I think that's good. I don't honestly. I'm a horrible YouTuber. I don't do the whole engagement as much as I'm supposed to. I know right at the beginning of the video I'm supposed to say make sure you hit that like button. I don't. I'm horrible at all that stuff that I'm supposed to do as a YouTuber. Apparently for engagement, like the stream itself, like for it to get promoted more, it needs a lot of likes actively. Of course, also chat participation is another big thing. And that's another way to get the participation up. And then I can see in the chart now, just activity goes spiked. YouTube's like, oh, they're very engaged with the chat. The chat's responding a lot. He must be talking about something super serious. And no, it's just everyone going, F. God, I love electric screwdrivers. Why did I wait so long to get one of these? Super serial, super serial. 3D printers are super serial, guys. What, David's here? Where's David? I don't see David. Where's David? Garrett C, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Getting bacon on my first layer. What is that? That's too close, I think. Can you show us that awesome blue printed Godzilla model up close and leave the door open? No. See, here's the thing. At this point, I don't know if not ever showing you what's in there is a better joke. Because for all you know, there is nothing in there. And I'm just screwing with you guys and just putting a box in there. Or in this case, a Godzilla, just to keep a joke going. Or if, you know, in there is the future of 3D printing and your minds are all going to be blown. You have no idea. But it's funny. And I love it now. Because people keep asking what's in the printer. What screwdriver? Okay, I have 2 electric screwdrivers. I did a video a couple weeks ago talking about them. Well, I talked about a bunch of stuff, including the screwdriver. I have a WOW stick and an ES126. Personally, I like the ES126. I keep a smaller bit in the WOW stick for the small stuff. So in this case, this is for M2s and M3 button heads. And then I keep the bit for an M3 screw in the WOW stick. That's my setup. Obviously, getting 2 is kind of overkill. Banggood sent me both because I wanted to compare the 2. The WOW stick's okay, but it doesn't have balls. It can't torque an M3 to spec. The ES126 can, and it feels much better in the hand. Project R3D, $25. Thank you, appreciate it. About time you gave up on those silly Vorons. I see you moved on to the high quality Creality. Hey man, they're efficient, right? Because you know, using your frame that is not a precision thing as the motion system, it's 2 birds with 1 stone. Plus, you get more practice fixing broken things because aluminum extrusions can be twisted. So. Of all the 3D printing podcasts, the other one I see, electric screwdriver. Is this a podcast? It's not a podcast. Podcast, you need 2 people, don't you? I don't know. You can buy 3 WOW sticks for the price of an ES. Is it that much? I remember this being double. And honestly, like, if you have both, you can tell this one is more. Like, this is a metal frame. And it's got a heavier battery and it lasts longer. The WOW stick is very... I don't know. This is a live stream. Yeah, it's a live stream. Is this the Krusty Krab? Okay, so what is this? This is Z motor. The Y motor. What else do we got? What do we got? So I think that's the main power. Yeah, that's the main power. So, no, this is Patrick. I missed you guys. Honestly, 1 week off streaming felt a lot longer than I thought it would. Like, I did not know what to do Saturday night. Like, legit. What did I do Saturday night? Oh, we watched, we finally replaced the broken, well, months ago, the TV upstairs broke, so I brought the TV that was downstairs upstairs, and we finally got around to getting a new TV down here. And it's a smart TV. I hate smart TVs, but you can't buy a non-smart TV anymore. So, we watched, James May, A Man in Japan. Or Our Man in Japan, or whatever that series is called. So we watched that last weekend. That was fun. Worth it to run Clipper? Yes. Simply for the fact that if you need to change anything, you don't need to recompile your firmware. You can just change and save. Chat and stuff. Okay, so which one's the bed? I should probably look up which is which. So that's the power in. Under 3 V2 controller board. No, I don't want the SKR. I want the actual stock one. Oh wait, I can look up the model number. What is it? Creality V422. No, show me a pinout. Show me a diagram. Also, look, see? The screen actually continues all the way to the edge of the screen now. No more 1680 by 1050. It's an actual proper screen. (1080p). Okay, so normal fan, hot bed wire, and nozzle wire. And where's the hot end? Nozzle wire. Oh, nozzle wire. Oh God, that's a way of. That's one way of calling it, a nozzle wire. Okay to print the skirt. Yeah, Humphrey, on the Vorons, if it's not inside the chamber, you can print it in whatever. I know a lot of people use PLA because it's such a long part. Recompiling is fun, they said. You lied to me. So, hotbed. And of course it doesn't say which is which. Is there a pinout? Is there a pinout anywhere? Where's the pinout? Shoot. Am I gonna have to take this out so I can look underneath it? No, wrong button. That's the right button. Oh, hey, the diagram is underneath the heat sink. That's great. I'm assuming positive, negative, positive, negative. It's a heater, so it doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, you know what? We'll get back to wiring later. Let's go do some fun stuff. Let's actually install the Chimera. Why? Let's put a Chimera on here. So, mods. What mods will I be doing? Controller board. So, while we did have a rep wrap board in there, we are going to go back to the original board and clipper because it's got 2208s. Yes, I got to manually adjust them with a pot, but that's honestly not a huge issue because it's set it and forget it. So, as you can see, tool head. There is no tool head. We are going to be swapping out the extruder and the hot end for a Chimera. On this type of printer, these all-in-ones are better than in a Core XY printer because you could slap anything however big on here. It's not going to really interfere with much. Putting a Chimera or any of the direct drive setups, like I got a BQ H2 here versus a Chimera. Putting these in a setup where you're limited on the X-axis or the Y-axis is going to cause, loss of X or Y. And here, there's nothing for it to hit. So, had you on until I said Chimera. They sent it to me. I wanted to try one out. I've said some things about it in the past. I want to get actual hands-on opinion of it. So, they were kind enough to send me one with all the gubbins. So, I'm going to use it. Because why not? I have an orbiter. I got to put an orbiter in something one day, but we'll get to that at some point. So I printed out a bracket. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm hoping it does. Because, you know, you all know how reliable random models you found on Thingiverse are. Because, you know, random Thingiverse models are the most geometrically accurate models ever. V6 with my Afterburner, what length of PTFE? I think it's called out in the manual. I don't know. I know it's like 28 for, yeah, I don't know. Mini Sherpa. The Sherpa isn't that it's the same thing as a mini clockworker. I don't even know which extruders are which anymore. They all push plastic and then they're all pretty good. But E3D sent me this, so I'm going to use this. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I have an orbiter. Where is my orbiter? Yeah. Like, I have an actual LDO orbiter right here. And you know what I think I'm going to save this for? I'm going to put it in a Delta and see how good Input Shaper handles that. So we'll strap a direct feed toolhead on a Delta, put Input Shaper on it, and see how well it keeps up. I think that's what I'm going to do with it. The best Thingiverse models are the in-progress ones from 2014. Exactly. Oh god, I remember back when I was like first looking at a printer to build, and I was going through all the Thingiverse designs for like DIY printers. There are so many bad ones on there. How's the Enraged Rabbit thing on a Delta? Theoretically, it'll work on anything running Clipper, I believe. Because it's the same type of setup like the Prusa MMU. Obviously, the design is different. There's no part compatibility between the two. But you are working with a... you still have your extruder. You still have your direct feed extruder. But then you also have an extruder on the unit that pushes the filament out. So what happens is when you do a filament change, you purge the filament, pulls it out of the tool head, retracts it all the way out of your Bowden tube. The shuttle changes to a different color. That gets fed down until it hits a switch. There's actually an end stop in the tool head that detects the filament is there. And then that extruder disengages, and then the extruder in the tool head re-engages, grabs the filament, and then feeds that into the hot end. So it's actually a pretty... I think the part where it has an end stop in the tool head is different than the Prusa MMU. That's the upgrade, if I'm not mistaken. Or like one of the big advantages to it. Plus, it's technically you can expand it as much as you want. I think I'm building a 6-unit one. You can build right now, like they come in either 4, 6, or 9. But on paper, you can build it as long as you want. And you can just keep adding. So if you need to do like 20 colors for whatever reason, you can. Yeah, the stream ended 2 hours ago. If you're watching the stream live, just hit the like in the bottom left by the play button. There's also a button that says live. Hit it. If you don't see a little red flashing light in there, then you're not live. You're watching it delayed. So we got ourselves. So here's the BQ-H2. Nah, don't buy one of these. Too many reliability issues. Here's our Chimera. And not a huge fan of their mounting solution. I know why they went with this way of mounting, because it makes more sense for... yeah, I gotta take that out. It's more compact. Otherwise, they'd have to mount to this, which is not enough room, I believe. Put 2 enraged rabbits on the switch wire, and then all the colors. Yeah, it does. The switch wire right now is set up for dual feed. Nope, the enraged rabbit The plan is it is going to go on the switch wire, which is now over So the switch wire I moved over there because the wall above it is open. So I'm going to put a filament magazine up there to feed into the switch wire. So you can see it back there. And hey, look, clipper screen. And then there's the resin corner. So, and then also, Toasty obviously is now down there. He's on a lower shelf. The two V2s or V0s are down here. This is all open for, I don't know what printer I'm going to put here yet. And then I got a bench behind me here. So, the BQH2s are good. I went back and forth with them until... See, that's the thing. You can't guarantee that you're going to get one with good gears. That's the problem I had. The first one they sent me had major issues. The second one they sent me worked fine. But I can't recommend something that you can't rely on for $100. If it's like a $20 thing, like the cheap Bonsai gears, right? The knockoff Bonsai gears that you can get for 15, 20 bucks. If you get a bad set, it's 15, 20 bucks, whatever. But dropping $100 on a combo hot end that may be crap and you may have to get a replacement or troubleshoot or you know what I mean. I think it's at a price point where it should be more reliable than it is. Yes, Project R3D. I did see your tweet. I haven't had a chance to respond to it. We were shopping today. But I will talk to you about that. Did you ever get comments? No, Peter, I have not. That's on my list of things I need to get to when I have the time. I do really want to go through all those, trust me. So this mounts like that, right? Yeah. So I think I can use... I think M3/8. So, just so you guys know, my printers are tuned, right? My Vorons are tuned to the point where they're like immaculate when it comes to like dimensional accuracy, right? So the fact that, you know, the screws don't go through the holes here, Thingiverse Designs. I got one hex nut that's too tight, one that's too loose, and my screws won't go through the clearance holes. Good old thingy. Yeah, M3/8, okay. Now, how am I liking the clipper screen? It's fine. Here's the thing. I don't use screens on my printers. I just don't. I've got a computer right here and my phone, and all my printers are connected to my home network. So if I'm connecting or if I'm like talking to my printers, 95% of the time, it's through a computer. The only time I actually use the controls is when I'm loading and unloading filaments, really. And that's just, you know, heat up hot end, pull out the filament, put in the new filament, do like a 50mm purge. That's it. So I don't really control my printers from the screens. The only printer that I actually on paper need a controller is my V0 right here. Because that is my, if I need to, I've brought it to people's houses to show them like what a 3D printer is, or like, cause they got a 3D printer and they wanted like an example or something like that. It's my take it somewhere printer. So because of that, I need to be able to load files and stuff that I've put on it, obviously, without a computer. So. Yeah, I talk to my printers. You gotta be nice to them. Be nice to all electronic things. Remember, everything's part of the cloud now, and all data is saved forever. So when the machines rise and Google and Alexa merge into the all-powerful AI that takes over the planet, everything that's on any server ever will be part of their database. And remember, you want to be nice to Google now, because when it takes over, it'll remember that. So be nice to your iRobots and whatnot, because when the machines rise, it's better to be a pet than work in the factories. Okay, hey, we got the plate mounted. So now we need to put it on the printer, I guess. So there's an M3 there, and then... That's why I don't use Google for anything except watching YouTube. Oh, that's enough. They got you now. Google knows everything about you. No, I've got Google Home Minis in the house. There's a while there where you could get them for like free or something if you signed up to Spotify. So like, me and the wife both signed up, so I've got like 3 of them now. Because I had one before, and then they were like free, so I'm like, hey, free Google Homes. So, I actually have one I need to put back in this room. I had one in the, when the printer room was in the other room, I had one in there. I just haven't gotten around to putting one back in this room. I know, they're handy. Just having a voice control, anything voice control is super handy, especially in like a printer room or like a work room where you could just be like, hey, what's this? If you need like a conversion or something. Or, hey, what's the weather tomorrow? I honestly use it mostly for music, though. I don't even know which mount I used. Isn't Thingiverse search awesome? I don't even know. And then here's the best part. If I search by like popular, why is an airbrush station coming up when I search Chimera or a printer design or a hypercube? Like, come on, Thingiverse. Go to Thangs. Thangs search works. So there we go. There's no stream beats playing. It is playing. It might just be quiet here. Let me turn it up a bit. Sorry, I'm playing, what am I playing right now? Right now we are listening to Chill Step, I believe. Yeah. Here, let's go to, let's do some synthwave then. There we go. There we go. Well, Yegi's an aggregator site. Remember that. So they don't store anything local on Yegi. It just searches all the sites at once. So that could, I don't know. It's a better search, but it doesn't change the fact that, you know, a site may suck. So this is something I want to check out. Because, hey, when you have a Mitutoyo Interrapid, and yes, I know that makes no sense, but when you have a Mitutoyo Interrapid, you can check stuff. So, Ender 3 V2. The Ender 3 V2 only has one Okay, only has one lead screw for Z. So the issue with that is when it has only one lead screw for Z, oh hey, your gantry droops. So I checked this when I had the BQ-H2 mounted. Where is the mount for it? I know I have it somewhere. Did I throw it out? I might have thrown it out. I don't know. No, here it is. So here's the BQ-H2 all done up like it's mounted to an Ender 3 V2. So they get big. Like, yes, it's a small extruder, but once you strap all the crap on it that you need, including a fan, they get big. So I know how much it droops with nothing. With nothing on it, it doesn't droop at all. With a Chimera on it, can anyone guess how much your gantry droops? Now, this is in thou, so thousandths of an inch. How many thou does the gantry droop from one side to the other with only one lead screw? I'll check it again after I put everything on it. Uh, 5/10 of a thou, that's 15 thou, 17, 10, 6 thou, 120 thou, 120 thou. Yeah, an eighth of an inch. 23, 3 thou. Cream of botulism soup. You are the closest, but you went over. It was just under 3 thou. That is 0.1 millimeters is 4 thou. So it's less than a 0.1 millimeter drop. This moving across. For a while, I was really against direct feed tool heads on setups like this because of everyone told me, oh, it drops, it sags the gantry down. Now that I've actually checked the numbers, it's really not that big of an issue. So dual Z would be nice, but honestly, all you would do is drop this side of the bed 0.1 millimeters. You're not going to notice that in a print. You are not going to notice 0.1 millimeters in a print. Hey, Gubbins. 100 microns. Illegal. Tighten that up. Okay, so now we got to mount our rest of our stuff. How many dog hairs? Not enough, or too little. So we have some heaters. So this is Chimera kit. It came with stuff. It comes with a 30-watt heater, which I'm not going to print anything but PLA on this machine, probably. So 30 watts is fine. And honestly, as long as your hot end could heat to the temperature you need it to heat to, going too big on your heater doesn't really make sense. So we're going to go like that or go like that. think we're gonna go like that. It's like, I can't remember what hot end it comes with a 100-watt heater, but that is like one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. It's like, oh, my heater is 100 watts. Okay, but does it still get to the temperature you need it to? Yeah. Well, then why do you need more than 100 watts? If I'm running a 50-watt heater and I can outrun the flow rate of the hot end without even having the temperatures drop. So when I'm outrunning, you know, my high flow hot end, and I'm outrunning because it can't melt the plastic fast enough, and that's with the heater not even dropping a degree at 50 watts. If I make the block, if I put a 100-watt heater in it, the block is still going to be the same temperature. It's how much transmission is the limiting factor. So putting a bigger heater in there isn't going to fix that. Actually, I should put the fan back on this. Graphene heater blocks when, ooh, somebody's getting fancy. That actually probably would be pretty cash money, I would say. No, copper blocks are fine. That's all you really need. It comes like, you can only dump so much heat into plastic so quickly, right? Like, that's why we use 1.75 millimeter filament now. Nobody uses 3. It's because you can put the heat into the filament more efficiently and melt it more efficiently. Oh wait, no, there it is. Do I have the little screws in there? I do. Okay. What's the torque of my nozzle wrench? It is whatever. So here, let me pull it up because everyone always asks what torque wrench I use. So this is the torque wrench I use. Okay. So, what is it? Like, it recommends to print it in PETG, but if you print it in ABS, it's like go one higher or go one lower, I think. Yeah, these are designed for PETG. If ABS used the one number small rotor, we achieve the same trigger value. Yeah, one number smaller. So I think this is a 1.5 Newton meter printed in ABS. So I think it's 2 Newton meters of torque. Nitriding nozzles, that's like, there's coatings on nozzle. That's what like nozzle X and the vanadium nozzle, like it's coated nozzles. That's what you want for the steel. Yeah, fast set is awesome. It's one of those things everyone thinks is stupid until they actually have a printer that can do Z-hops at, you know, 100 millimeters a second. Because if you're printing something with 1,000,000 Z-hops, like the Eiffel Tower model, saving a fraction of a second times 1,000,000 actually saves quite a bit of time. It adds up quick. Okay, we have that. We have that. I think this is the other one. It's thermistor. Motor. This all comes with the kit. And then my kit came with a, it's the copper block and a nozzle X. So here's something we got to figure out right now, guys. A probe. I got to design a probe mount for this because this is another fun thing about Thingiverse. I have this. I don't know what this is, or correction, this. It's meant to mount probes. I don't even know how it attaches to this. I don't know. I've got screw holes that don't line up with anything on here. I have one screw hole on the side. So I think I'm just going to design something to mount this guy to and just have it hang off the back here or the side. And we'll just call it a day. Because we are going to go with an inductive probe because I love my inductive probes. So we're going to roll with that. Actually, does this screw to the back? What do you even attach to? How do you work? Like straight up, this doesn't fit on any part of this. VHP tape. Honestly, at this point, VHP taping this to the mount might work. I wouldn't be surprised if it did it. We're gonna put that there. I need one more square screw. Do I have one more screw? Yes, I do. Glow in the dark tape. Hey, we could do glow in the dark tape. Be all fancy. Yeah, that looks good enough. Put the sock on. And then fan, we have some, oh, this is 12 volt. We don't want this fan. This is my 24 volt. 12 volt fan would not have been good. It would have worked really good for a short amount of time. Did it come with a sock? Yeah, it came with a sock. Did you guys see that? Slice finally figured out how to make socks. They finally cracked the code on how to buy a cheap injection mold and have somebody run it with silicone. They finally figured out socks. Good for them. There we go. Brushless. GD Stein. Just be careful, they might patent that too. There we go. I'm sorry, the 3D printing community is relatively small, and everyone talks to everyone. So when you go around like kind of screwing up in your reputation, what do you think's gonna happen? Like how not to be very cash money in 5 easy steps. Trying to untangle wires here. Untangling wires is so much fun. I'm just gonna cut the wire. I don't care anymore. Hopefully I don't need that wire. There we go. Prusa has Prusa. E3D has Sanjay, who is Slice's frontman. I don't know. No, no, that ain't gonna work. I gotta change that around. That ain't gonna line up. Oh, wait. Oh, perfect. Nope, that's backwards too. Dang it. Project R3, $5. Wait, what did I miss? What did Slice do now? Oh, they're threatening to, they're calling up small time shops that like sell printer parts out of their garages. And I don't know the exact wording they're using, but they're being litigious about it. And saying you can't sell anything that we think may be a clone of our Mosquito. Because they have the utility patent on something that has existed since 2010. Because, you know, Slice was the first one to come up with a hot end that was unsupported heat break. Nobody else has ever done it before. But they got the utility patent, so now they're calling up people that sell, you know, dragons and components, and threatening them and saying, oh, that's okay though if you have stock. We'll let you sell what's left. But you gotta give us a cut. So, yeah. So when you threaten a member of the community, people don't take kindly to that. So I know Piff printed forward, it's run by Doc. It's his project. He will no longer offer Mosquito stuff as part of Piff. Yeah. Where is my stripping and crimping stuff? Is it in that drawer? Nope. Is it in this drawer? Yep. Simplify 3D. Yeah, so instead of just doing things properly and, you know, going after manufacturers or getting stuff banned from import, they're going the cheap way and calling guys who sell printer parts out of their garage. Because, you know, when you're selling printer parts out of your garage, odds are you don't have a whole legal team, so you can't fight back. Is this the right one? Yes, the right one. Well, the thing is, like, I understand defending patents, but we're in a situation here kind of like, you know, Napster back in the day, right? Everyone downloaded music. But you go after Napster. You don't go off Bob, who downloaded the Nickelback CD. They're going after Bob, who downloaded the Nickelback CD. Plus, you know, me and a bunch of others think their utility patent should never have been granted in the first place because of prior art. There's a bunch of other hot ends that kind of meet the criteria. Plus, read their patent. It's like the most cookie cutter, cover everything possible under the sun type thing. So. DFH selling on the street. You think a garage is too good for him. Deep Fried Hero is a good man. Nickelback, really? Hey, he's downloading Nickelback because he doesn't want to be seen going into a store to buy a Nickelback CD. That's why. Now, obviously, I want to preface it. I don't know all the details about all this, obviously. I am not a lawyer. So don't quote me for anything, you know, legal. But from what I've seen and what I see going on, yeah. The joys of not being a company, Voron and the members of Voron can say and do whatever they want. because we're not a company. We're not owed to anyone. We're not, as much as people think, we're not, like, no company pays for anything related to Voron at all. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Mail to mail don't work. It's okay, but it doesn't work in this regard. There we go. These are the right ones. If you listen to Nickelback in reverse, you're listening to Nickelback. Big brain. Big brain. Standard afterburner on a switch wire, thinking I'm good at Galileo, worth the effort. In my opinion, if you are not having any issues with your afterburner, going to a Galileo at best would be an extruder that doesn't have any issues. I'm a big fan of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if you're not having issues with your Galileo, or if with your afterburner, going to the Galileo won't buy you much, if any. Galileo is good because of it does have larger feed gears and a higher step rate. So if you're printing a lot of flexibles and you're finding you're grinding filament, or if you're getting like a moire pattern or the issue 6, and it's bugging you, you might be able to get around it by going to the Galileo or any other extruder with larger feed gears, like an LGX. But yeah. Like I ran a Galileo in Tallboy for a little bit. And actually I have it out right now. Yeah. So here's my Galileo that was in Tallboy. I ran this for a while and then I swapped back to the afterburner and I can't tell the difference in my prints. So. And then Steven, $2.99. Thanks for the good work. Thank you for enjoying the show. What are my opinions on the ADXL 343? I have no idea. I've only ever used the ADXL 345. That's what's recommended by the Clipper docs. That's what I stick with. I go with what's recommended by the docs. The docs say use that one. That's what I use. I haven't tried the other one, and I don't know enough about electronics to make an informed opinion of one way or the other. So I'm just going to say stick with what we know works. But that's just me. What do I have up in the back of here? Oh, I got a screw there. Do I have a way of putting a cable chain on here? Is that what that's for? I don't know. Oh! This goes here. That goes there. Okay, that makes sense. So I gotta take that screw out. Get a longer screw. Okay, that makes more sense. So I think that's a 16, M316. Do I have M316? Ooh, I'm running low. M316, okay. Cheaper, well, the 345 is cheap. I use the cheap AliExpress one, I believe. Like, it's not an expensive item. Why do you have a split ring on you? Screw it. Get a different one. Where are my M3s? I had a kit box out of screws, and I don't know where I put it. One of these days, I'm going to actually go through and sort out all these extra screws I have floating around, because it's getting pretty ridiculous. because I keep taking stuff apart and just kind of putting the screws wherever. So I have like a bin of partially okay, that doesn't fit in there. I thought that fits in there, but it doesn't. What are you for? I thought that went there, but it doesn't. What are you for? Screw sorting stream. Hey, done it before. Where is the mount for this? That's not it. I should have liked it, because then I could just log in and find out where it went, but... I don't know. Yeah, I know it's a guide of some sort, but the problem is I don't know where the hell it goes. Like, there's nowhere for it to mount. Oh, it snaps in. That's why. No, I can't get it off. There we go. Okay, so. Nope. I think it like wants me to, yeah, you know what? We're gonna do a little bit of surgery. A little bit of surgery never hurt anyone. Okay, so what are you catching on now? You're catching on that, okay. Go. I honestly think I'm supposed to take the screw off for this to work properly, but I don't want to take the wheel off because I'm being lazy. So instead, we're just going to keep hacking and whacking it. Where's my bigger one? There we go. Wimpy. Hefty. By the way, after that stream where I joked, you know, for those that don't know, last stream, when somebody asked a red question, I said, "Oh, here we go," and I opened a bottle. That was meant in good fun. I have nothing against the Rat Rig team. I think their printer is a cool printer. I don't have one. I can't make an opinion on it. But what they did is pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. But it's more, what I meant was more of a joke because it gets asked so often, it might as well be a drinking game at this point. That's what the response was. It wasn't meant as anything against the printer. It was more like, it gets asked so often, let's make a drinking game out of it. So. Because I had a lot of people message me after that stream asking like, do you have beef with Rat Rig? Like, what have they done to you? Like, and then one of the Rat Rig guys actually did message me directly. I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. I make a joke. Yeah, good enough. And of course, now I need a longer screw. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I need a longer screw. There we go. Yeah. How am I running low on screws? I gotta restock. Actually, no, I don't need to restock. I have a bunch of screws. I just need to get off my butt and put them in. I have a full V2, Voron V2.4 worth of screws underneath my bench here. I just need to actually, you know, spend some time and properly add them to the acro bin. There we go. Hey, look, I don't know if this is how it's supposed to go, but now I have a way of mounting the wires in a somewhat proper way. So let's label these. My label maker is upstairs. Crud. Blue tape, blue tape. Do I have blue tape? I might. See, this is the fun part of redoing everything, is I've moved a bunch of stuff, and stuff that used to be in one spot is now in another, and I can't remember where I moved it to. So, where did I put my blue tape? Or any tape for that matter. I don't know. Tape. I don't even know where my book is that has all the numbers on it. How do you lose blue tape in a printing room? I swear, blue tape should be everywhere in here. Blah. How you guys doing tonight? Everyone having a good night? Put a 1 in the chat if you're having a good night. Let's help that algorithm out. And while you're in there, like that smash button. Oh, hey, I found my resin. Okay, I found the resin. I was wondering where I put that. Okay, I still have 5 octopuses I gotta give away. Jeez. Well, this sucks. How do you lose blue tape? F4C, €5. Thank you, appreciate it. I will print the parts of my V1 on my Ender 3. What precision is acceptable? If you go into the V2 section on the Clipper GitHub, or on the Voron GitHub, there is test parts that screw together and fit together. Print off the test pieces. Don't worry so much about like measuring a cube. As long as your parts index together correctly and screws go through them good and everything attaches to each other pretty good, you should be fine. Oh, there's the blue tape. So, blue tape. Your extrusion's on the way from Masumi. Order on the 20th of last month. That's good. They had a pretty big backlog for a bit. So this is part fan. That is part fan. This is marker on my hand, thermistor. This is, that is that fan. Jason, $10. Thank you, appreciate it. What are your thoughts on Sparta 3D ABS Plus? I love that stuff. I'm going to be printing my Micron with it, and I'm actually going to probably start printing my parts for the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder with it. They just sent me, I just got another package, so I have all their new colors now too. Let me go find it. So for the enraged rabbit, where is the blue? I think I have the blue loaded. Yeah. So I've got the blue here. So the enraged rabbit, or no, sorry, for the Micron, it's going to be a light blue frame with the sparkle blue accent, and then the main parts are going to be sparkle green. Sparkle candy green. This actually looks amazing in person. Like, no joke, like, that's a very nice green. They also have sparkle, I think for the enraged rabbit though, I'm going to do like orange and something, or purple or something. I'm going to have fun. Gray and purple maybe, or orange and gray. I don't know. So, Sparta 3D, ABS, good stuff. Heat sink fan. So yes, the Sparta 3D ABS Plus is good stuff. V0. My V0 is all Sparta 3D ABS. Okay, I don't need to label this because I know what this is, and the same with that. Oh. Okay, the heater cartridge should not pop out that easily. I should probably tighten that screw. Where is it? There it is. Why are you doing a chain mod when you could be doing a direct drive? I'm putting a Chimera on it. That is direct to feed. And one of these days, we're going to have a big discussion. We're going to get the whole 3D printing community together, and we're going to actually start calling things by, you know, we're going to agree on terms for things. Because honestly, the way we call a bunch of this stuff is, we use the wrong words or incorrect terminology for a lot of things. This is a direct feed tool head, not a direct drive tool head. Direct drive implies that the feed gear is directly on the drive shaft of the stepper motor, not the location of it. Direct feed is the extruder feeds directly into the hot end, either attached directly or through a extremely short straight Bowden tube. That's what I like referring to it as. I think it makes more sense. Because direct drive, that doesn't mean this. That means feed gear on the stepper driver shaft. Direct feed means it feeds directly into the hot end. So everyone calls it direct drive. I don't think it should be called that. But we also call this a Cartesian printer, when a Cartesian doesn't mean what this is. Cartesian is just a coordinate system. This is a Cartesian printer. Everything but a Delta uses Cartesian except for polars. That's why I call it a bed flinger. Like, 3D printing terms is just wrong. Everyone knows it's wrong. We keep using the wrong terms for everything, and we just all kind of roll with it. One of these days, we need to sit down and go, okay, we need to figure this shit out. Not this day, though. Probably got enough angry tweets after the slice stuff. So actually that ain't gonna work, because that is gonna crash into there. So I need to have this come out the back. So actually I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Have it come out the back. Yeah, so we're gonna have that come out there. So I need to put some form of wrap. I know I had some. Don't tell me I threw it out. I probably threw it out. Okay, of course I put it up here. That's why I put the heavy stuff up top. Yeah, we'll go with this one. There we go. Okay, so that can go in there. Nothing is drooping down there, so that's good there. Get me some zip ties. What do you call a feeder extruder if it doesn't extrude anything by itself? Exactly, like the extruder is the thing that pushes the plastic, right? It's a feeder, people call the hot end an extruder, which if you think about it, it makes more sense because that's the part that actually has the plastic come out, but it doesn't push the plastic out. Something else pushes the plastic through the hot end to melt the plastic to have it come out. Heatsink fan. But yes, 3D printing terms make no sense. It is what it is. And the best part is I'm gonna have to redo all of this because I still gotta mount this guy on. But we'll do that another day. We'll just get this all set up and then we'll figure out a mount. Because I'm gonna have to design a mount for the probe. And we are going with a probe. I have a BL Touch. I have a BL Touch. I don't like BL Touches. And that one I don't trust because when I installed it in my original V1, it blew up the ramps. I don't know what happened. I originally had it installed and it was working. And then when I rebuilt the printer, I wired everything up exactly the same and it blew up the ramps. So I don't trust it. I don't know if it fried anything or if it's fried or yeah. So we're just gonna kind of assume it's borked and not risk it. How about belt-driven Z-axis? It's worth it. And we're sag for the Ender 3. Oh yeah, I've seen somebody modded or did a mod that used a belted Z for the Ender 3 V2. The thing is, the sag is we just checked the sag. I'm going to check the sag again now that we have everything mounted. But before it was less than 3 thou. 3 thou in 3D printing is absolutely bugger all. So. I'm using this stuff because I can take it on and off. Because I'm going to have to when I put a probe in here at some point. You probably sent 5 volts to the 3 input. Probably. Thing is, I had it working before, and then I wired it up exactly the same, and then it blew up. So I don't know if I goofed up something during the rewire. I didn't think I did. I probably did, though. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me. But it happens. the ABL. The Viper uses a... Does it use a BL Touch? I don't know what the Viper uses. I know the Mingda. I have a Mingda, Magician X. It's got a Hall effect Z end stop for the tool head. So the tool head pivots and activates a Hall effect end stop. It works just fine. I haven't been printing a lot with it, but I have been printing with it, and it's working fine. So okay. What is my favorite way to tune my extrusion multiplier? I do fitment tests. Okay, actually, I lied. I use Doc's profile, which works. But for the most part, it's you can do the single wall test. I do that, and then what I do is I print a few test pieces, and then I adjust until everything fits together just fine, and then I'm good. So. There. So if you want to know, my printers are tuned to print Voron parts in ABS. So how do I feel about teaching tech posting a video on Clipper screen the same time as me? I don't feel anything. Like, his video covered all the Clipper screens, like all the different types of screens for Clipper, and I highly doubt he sat down and made that video after he saw mine. He was probably in the works for it. Like, he's doing a whole series on Clipper right now. Like, I know I've been doing videos on Clipper for a while, but he just built a rat rig and probably got a good response with the, like, because the rat rig uses Clipper. So he built the rat rig. The Clipper stuff probably got a good response, and now he's doing a whole bunch of stuff on Clipper. It makes sense. Like, hey, my audience is liking this stuff. I should probably do more of it. And then he's doing it. It's like, it is what it is. Like, his audience is a lot more, I don't know. I like to think my audience is a little bit more advanced. I don't do a lot of beginner stuff. I know I should. That gets the views. I know that. But I don't do a lot of beginner stuff because, I don't know. I think other people cover it better. So. Is there any other hot ends on the design that has similar design with the Dragonfly Hick High Flow with the nozzle and heat break integrated? None that I've seen yet. Nothing on the market. I do like that design though. I do like that. The problem is it's proprietary. Like, now you have to use their nozzles and whatnot, which, you know, on a bigger, if it was a bigger company, like Fadus at this point, I think is going to be around for a while. So you're probably okay. But, like, you know, if E3D did something like that, then I'd be a lot more comfortable. Hopefully I got enough Z height. I might not have enough Z height. Might have to go underneath. Shoot. Oh well. Or extend these at least. One really shouldn't begin with a Voron. Yes, don't build a Voron as your first 3D printer. You can, and many have, but it's... Okay, there we go. Don't worry, the motor's not hooked up to anything for anyone who's worried about that. So, extruder motor, I won't need this on this cable anymore, so I'm going to remove it. So, extruder is removed. So now on this cable I have my X and my X. So, I'd add this to the loom. That moves smooth. Oh yeah, so let's check. So let's see how much droop we now have. So before we had 3 thou of droop, just under 3 thou of droop. Okay, so now zero it out. Okay, so right now what we're checking, we're seeing how much the gantry is now going to sag now that we have a fully assembled Hemera on it. And just for good measure, we'll put the probe on it. You know the probe's not attached. We'll put the probe on it. So before, with just the Hemera, we had 3 thou. And with all the gubbins, can somebody tell me how much this gantry is now sagging? Well, I get a drink because it's like 10 o'clock now. Yeah, a bunch of people are right. 5 thou. So right now the gantry is sagging 5 thousandths of an inch. So if you take 1 inch, so 1 inch, divide that by 1,000, 5 of those is how much that gantry is sagging. 0.1 millimeters is 4 thou roughly. And tonight, JP Wisers Deluxe. Love me some Canadian whiskey. So yeah, so just a hair over 0.1 millimeters of gantry sag. You're probably gonna have more variance in your bed. And the thing is, remember, it's linear. You can watch the dial, and it's not like it goes do chunk. It's instead of your gantry being like this, it's now like this, which means you could take your bed and do that, and it would never be an issue. 1 doggo hair, pretty much. 0.127 millimeters, exactly. Which, in 3D printing terms, is almost bugger all. It's like, Teaching Tech, actually, speaking of Teaching Tech, he actually did a pretty good video recently. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because he compared nozzle probes. Yeah, so here, okay, there. Shout out to Teaching Tech. Mode. He was talking about the different bed probes, and he tested a whole bunch of different BL Touch, some IR probe, detachable micro switch, yada yada yada, Pinda. But where's the chart? Where's the chart? So yeah, here it is. So there's 0.2 millimeter layer, 0.1 millimeter layer. Okay. There's a human hair. Oop, 1 second. I'm flying up top now. This is the worst probe he measured, how much variance there would be. So compare that to your 0.2 millimeter first layer. The worst probe he measured was absolutely nothing compared to it. Like margin of error. So whenever like people are like, oh, is this bed probe better or whatever? Pretty much the PL05 that I use, the cheap $3 Chinese ones, are accurate to within a micro step, which is 0.00125 millimeters or something like that. And they might vary by plus or minus 1 micro step. Like it's absolutely nothing. How can I drink JP Wisers Pure? I put it in a glass. I put the glass to my lips and then I drink it. Give WL Weller bourbon a try. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried bourbon. I probably tried bourbon, but I've never actually bought bourbon. If you put a teaching tech video on at 1.25 speed, his intro feels exactly like an old Discovery Channel. I'll have to try that one day. How can you drink GP wires as well? Oh, I already went over that. Is there a switchwire version of the clicky probe? I know there's a bunch of mods for it. I don't think for the switchwire. I know everyone's like, oh, clicky probes are awesome. And you know what? They kind of are. I don't have clicky probes in any of my videos. Or any of my machines. I run the IR or the inductive probes, the good old Red Cube Special. I've yet to have one melt. I don't know why. I buy the cheap ones and I've yet to have one melt. But they work. So yeah. But I know people are asking me to do stuff with clicky probes. Oh, that probe went flying. One day I'll get to it. It might surprise you, but one day I'll get to it. So now we need to install all the gubbins. And obviously these are not going to be long enough, so I'm going to have to put extensions on all of this. So let's just hook it up for now. And then we'll fiddle around with it later. Oh, Sanjay. Oh no, they did crimp it. They did crimp it. Okay. For a second, it did not look like they crimped it. So now we're gonna hook up electronics. Yeah. Any tips for dealing with temperature variance in the inductive sensor? So the trick to get around that, and I covered that in one of my videos. Inductive probes will vary by temperature, but within a temperature, they are accurate or consistent. I'll put it that way. So if you run the probe at room temperature, you'll get one value. And then if you turn your printer on, heat your bed up to 100°C, close the door and leave it for 10 minutes and run the probe again, it will be different, okay? However, when you run your probe always at room temperature, it'll be the same. Or if you run your probe always at ABS temperature, it will always be the same. So the key to getting around the variance of inductive probes and their sensors is consistency. So what that means is for like, if you're using your probe for a bed mesh, okay, or for the quad gantry leveling, have a routine. So in my case, I turn my printer on, I heat the bed to whatever desired temperature, and I let it sit for 10 minutes and then do the probe routine. One, this lets the bed heat up nice and evenly, right? Because it's an aluminum bed, it'll heat up nice and evenly by that point. Two, the chamber temperature will get to a good warm point, and the frame itself will kind of get to its equilibrium. Aluminum expands when you heat it up. So when you have a box of heat built out of aluminum, your frame will expand and contort and twist a little bit, right? If you put an indicator on the top of your frame and heat your printer up, it will move. It does. So the key is to know that it does that and take into account that. So when you do the 10-minute heat soak, we say that for many reasons, but one of them is it lets your probe warm up and get to an even temperature. So that way, whenever you do your probe routine, you'll always get consistent results every time you do it. Instead of like, turn it on, probe, and then the next time you turn it on, you waited 5 minutes and then you probed. Or the next time after that, you turned it on, you forgot about it. So the bed sat at temperature for half an hour and then you probed. The key is to be consistent with your probing. So many people, like I see, they'll load a file on their printer and they'll just hit print. So what'll happen is the bed will heat up to whatever temperature, and then as soon as the bed hits that temperature, the nozzle will heat up, and then it'll do the probe routine and run. So the thing is, like, if it's enclosed, the temperature is still rising. If it's in open air, well, was your hot end sitting close to the bed during the heat up, or sitting away from the bed? Did you just finish a print, and your nozzle's way up here, and it's just sitting in cool room temperature air? Or did a print fail and it's right above the bed when you're heating it up? So it's going to change quickly. Also, how long is your bed routine? Is it just a 4-corner quick bed mesh? Or are you doing 27 points very slow, and as it's doing the probe, the probe itself is constantly heating up, and your variance or your temperature, or your correction, your measurement is now drifting because the probe's heating up and the sense distance is changing. So it comes down to consistency. That's how you get around it. So. What brand of probes? I use both the, I've moved over to using these guys. Go on the Voron design website, go to the sourcing guide. There'll be links to them, I believe. They are, everyone calls them Omron B stock, but they're pretty much knockoff Omrons. They're like 10 or 15 bucks each on AliExpress. If you want to pause the screen, focus. Focus. There you go. I want to pause the screen. That's what I use. They're Omron TLQ5MC2-Z. Not dash Z, dash Z. Made in China. They're on AliExpress. Is Clipper accessible for noobs? Yes, Clipper is very accessible for noobs, in my opinion. It's very good firmware. The thing is, you have to understand there's a workflow to installing it, and it's obviously not as easy as just turning your printer on. You need a Raspberry Pi, you need to be comfortable with SSHing in, but in reality, Clipper is 90% of setting up Clipper is copy paste. So it's one of those, oh, this looks complicated, but once you actually work with it for a little bit, you'll wonder why you worked with anything else ever. Like, I can never go back to Marlin. Like, I could never put myself through that. So let's start hooking stuff up. Again, while I'm doing that, make sure you guys take the time and check out the sponsor for today's video. Thanks. I got a link in the description there. So the other week there, we did a painting stream, which I actually had fun. It was one of my least viewed streams in the last like half year. But I had a lot of fun doing it. So we painted. And we painted some stuff, and I was hoping to have it painted for this stream, but I have a little chibi Bob Ross model that I printed out on the Photon. And I have it primed and ready to go. But if you want somebody to paint some happy little trees in your printing room, go ahead and print this guy. I got a link in the description. Look how happy he is. Even comes with some happy little trees and a mountain. See right there? That's where the squirrel lives. So yeah, I'm gonna give him a shot at being painted. Printing him now. So heatsink fan. So I got two fans. I got K-Fan 1 and K-Fan 2. Are they just dumb fans on this guy? I think they're dumb fans. Oh god, they're not even JST. Let's double check here. Painting stream was borderline. I know it's not for everyone, but my show, do what I want. Honestly, the plan is like I would love to do more streams instead of just the one a week. And if I do more than one stream, it would be like, not all streams would be technical streams like this where we actually work on stuff. Of course, everything's always available for QA. That's why I like these streams. Like, a lot of people can ask questions, and I can respond to stuff like right now and then. Or we can look stuff up or work through stuff together. So I do like the interaction. So even like on the painting stream, like the painting stream was just kind of a backside to just the chat and the music. So okay, so we got controllable fan port, and then, oh, I see. Okay, so this one goes into that fan port. That's a dumb fan port, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, because that's a thermistor. This one's the part fan. Said doo-doo. Sorry, I'm still a child at heart. Did I say doo-doo? Baby shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Baby shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Mama shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Mama shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Grandpa shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now that's going to be stuck in everyone's head who's a parent. You're welcome. I had to suffer through that for about 6 months. That's all you would listen to. Predator 3D, $5. Thank you. No. Oh, the middle is the bed. Thank you. Whoever noticed that. Who was that? Nicholas. Yes, I have it backwards. Good point. Because what is it? What is it? It's nozzle is the end. Okay, so bed is this one. So for those that know the Creality stock board, I have all I could find. If somebody like, I wish I've got this picture. So it says controllable fan port here. So is this fan port an always on port? Because it shows K-Fan 1 and K-Fan 2. So I'm assuming both of these are controllable fans. Am I right? Am I right about that? Because it shows normal fan. So I'm assuming this is like an always on fan right here. Or is both of them controllable? I don't know. No, not always on. So only... Find out once I power it on. Well, it'd be nice to know. One of the controllable hot end, one is controllable board fan by default. Oh, K-Fan are running in parallel. Okay, that's good. So I can put the controller fan on one and the hot end fan on the other, or the part fan on the other. Because honestly, you only need the controller fan running if your hot end is hot, because odds are that's when you're printing. So I can put the part fan or the hot end fan on there, and then this one is controllable. Oh wait, no. So the normal fan, so this one's controllable too, right? So this is controllable and then that's controllable, but these two are tied together, correct? Okay. Okay, thank you, DC. Oh, only K-Fan is controllable. So this is an always on then. Oh, that's poopy. Okay, so I'll put the ah, crap. Okay, I'll put the controller fan and the part fan on this, and then the hot end fan on this, I guess. When you're finding, how do you find the pinout numbers? You would have to check like the manufacturer and hope the GitHub has something really. So part fan is going to go to here. So this is the hot end fan. So this is going to go to there. Okay. So let's put some of these nubbins on it. Crip them up. Mike, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have an Ender 3 V2 board. Could I put JR's Ender extender 304 part on? Use it too. I have no idea what the extender firmware is. I have no idea, unfortunately. That is outside of my expertise. If it's like Clipper, if it's Marlin based, I don't know. Vance, 5 Canadian, thank you, appreciate it. When you're dealing with an unknown board with Clipper, how do you, oh yeah, sorry, you already asked that. Yeah, you have to check the manufacturer and hope they have a pinout, like, for example, so this is what you would be looking for. So I am working on a video right now on how to install Clipper on anything. So you want something like this. This is what you need. If you don't have a pinout, or if you don't have like a profile, you want this, because this tells you all your pinouts. So what you do is you go to the, let's see here. So right here is all the example Clipper configs, okay? So you have configs for printers, you have configs for controller boards. So like, here's an example config for an SKR, but what you need to do is there's think of it like a tree, okay? With different options. So you want to install Clipper on your printer. Yes, no. If yes, are you running the stock controller board? If yes, look and see if there is a default config for that printer. In this case, an Ender 3 V2 running the stock controller board, yes, there is a default config for that. So you go ahead and you install that. If there is no default config, go back up a step, look for the controller board. Is the controller board supported by Clipper? Yes, no. If it's supported by Clipper, you need to find the pinouts for it. Either look at an example config for that controller board, or look for something like this that tells you the pinout, and then you need to make the config yourself. Now you can grab, say it's a Core XY printer, you can grab a default Core XY printer config, copy that, and then you would go through and change all the pin assignments to whatever pins you are using. I've had to do that for both these when I was setting up the octopus and the spider, and before when I had the duet. So you can do it. It's not crazy hard. It's just you basically have to sit there and hope you have 2 computer screens and have the pins on one and your config on the other, and just copy and adjust. So I've done it on stream a few times. It's not hard. You just kind of have to know what you're doing and pay attention. 'Cause the good thing with Clipper too, if you goof up the config in Clipper, it'll usually throw a warning saying, hey, this pin doesn't make sense. So you want to install Clipper on your water bottle. Well, you could do that. I don't know why you can't. That's not it. Just got back. What do you miss? Clipper 3 on Ender 3 is flaky. Why not SKR? Because I'm just using the stock board. But if you need to put it on a water bottle, like there are water bottles that may support Clipper in the future, but who knows? Okay, so fan. So that is the positive. Actually, before I do that, I should probably put this guy in. So that is the bed thermistor. Mr. Bed. Clipper water bottle confirmed. No, Google emailed me. It's like, did you know you can set up a store now that you have over 10,000 subscribers? I'm like, well, I have 20,000, but sure. So I set up a store. I don't think it's up yet though. It takes like a day, it says, for it to like get approved and everything. But yeah, why not? Okay, got that one in. Yeah, I think, well, it wraps around, that's why. I was bored last night and put together. There we go, get in your hole. There's so much room in here. Congrats on having more than 10K. Thank you. I hit that back in like March or May. I can't remember. Actually, I think I'm coming up on 21. It's funny, for a while there, I was like I was all about checking my numbers and my analytics and like crazy about it. Lately, it's like, I might check it every couple of days. Like if I put a video out, I'll check it like after a couple hours. And then, I don't know, maybe at the end of the day and the next day. But like, lately, I have not been checking my analytics. And honestly, it's a lot less stressful. After changing my stock reality board to a BTT octopus, my rotation distance has halved. That's, yeah, usually it's a micro-stepping thing, but your previous config may have been wrong in some regard, because it would be a micro-stepping thing. Yeah, it's got to be a micro-stepping thing. That's the only thing I could think of. And Parfait. God, I hate DuPont connectors. They just don't stay in there. So what do we have? We have X motor, which is right here. X end stop, which is there. Motor. Okay, what is that connector for? I think that's the BL Touch connector. Yeah, pre-sort port. I don't know. Okay, hey, look, everything's wired up. Obviously, it is not managed nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put JSDs on there. Dang it. When I try to heat soak after a few minutes, printer just goes to cool down. So, yes, with Clipper, there's like a timeout function. So I think my machines are set for half an hour. So if I like turn the bed on and I forget about it, half an hour the bed turns off. Obviously that doesn't happen during a print, but it's if you manually set a temperature and then you don't do anything after a certain amount of time, it'll turn off. It's a safety feature. So I can't remember what it was. One printer just came out with it and they're like, oh, this is great that it has it. It's like, it's always been a feature with Clipper. I upload 3 in a row and yeah, the algorithm's a fickle mistress, trust me. Bullet print gold nuggets. I don't know, the bed's gold. It's a PI bed. That's gold. And I goofed, should have put the, dang it, I gotta undo that. Ah, dang it. That wasn't smart of me. I have it backwards. There we go. Okay. And actually, where is... Yeah, so that is that. So that comes up underneath. That will go in there. These ones go in there. Goes in there. Goes in there. So I don't want to put fittings on here because these are DuPont connectors. They don't lock in. I hate DuPont connectors. But the thing is, these aren't long enough. So I'm going to run into an issue here when I go to max Z. Yeah, see? You don't want them that tight. So I'm going to have to extend all these wires, and when I extend them, I'll put the proper fittings on them. So we'll leave that for now. I'll do that. That'll be an off-camera, hey, look what we did last week type thing. Did you solve your YouTube ad problem? Yes, I fixed that weeks or months ago. It's been fixed for a bit now. How out of square the frame? Not too bad. There we go. Okay, so what do we got to do now is I got to put a probe on here. So let me grab a probe. So I should put the good probe on, but I'm going to be cheap and put a PL08. Yeah, we'll do the PL08 or an 05. We'll go with the 05. Save the good probe for something. So that means AutoCAD time. I don't know why I call it AutoCAD. I still call it AutoCAD. No. Wrong email address. No, that was the right email address. There we go, signed it. So what I'm thinking is we have our little probe here, or our tool head. It's a nice little compact thing, right? Now, obviously we can't put anything on this side. I have one screw available, but that would block the fan. So we got nothing there. So I'm thinking I have one hole here, and then this is actually indexed. It's not flat, so I can design something that will key into here, so it won't be able to move left or right or front or back or whatever. And then I got the one screw to hold it in place. So where did I put the probe? I need a bracket that mounts to here that I can have this sit on, and just have it sit like that. right about there. Because in here, I can get close enough to the bed. It probes the bed right about there. So I've just probed there, 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 there. 4-point, quick tram, done. Because I've already gone ahead and taken the glass bed off and put a flex plate on. So this already has a flex plate. It's just an energetic one, nothing fancy. So we already have a flex plate on here. So remember, you can put a flex plate on your ender, buy one of these probes for like half the cost of some other probes. So do I plan on printing? No, I still got to play with the firmware. I have clippers flashed on the controller board, but I don't have it flashed on any Pis and no config setup. Why are the Masumi cubes? Because the Masumi cubes are optional. We recommend now going with the blind joints. It's simpler, it's cheaper. The cubes add like $40 to the frame. BL Touch, no, we're going with a probe. We have a metal bed. We got a spring steel flex plate. So we are going with an inductive probe. I personally am not a fan of the BL Touch. Piff is shut down in Canada. I know we only had like one guy doing it. He might be busy. The Sparta does have a printing service. I don't know their costs. I think their quality is okay. I don't have anything from them. It's not Piff. It's not affiliated with Piff. Your money may vary. The RB Dragons, you're at your own. Everything I've dealt with Sparta has been good though. So take that as you will. Or you could print it yourself. If you honestly, where's the bonsai? There's the bonsai. So, say hello to the bonsai. This was built out of scrap parts. None of the aluminum extrusions are actually attached together. They're all held together with printed brackets. The motors are from a Monoprice Select Mini. It is running Clipper. It is running Clipper. But this was literally built with scrap parts, and I think I put like $100 into it. It does have a 12-volt heated bed with a flex plate. So this right here will print perfectly fine, dimensionally accurate Voron parts in ABS with a cardboard box out of it. If your printer is better than this, you can print Voron parts. It's not hard to print ABS. Piff is awesome, but Piff is meant for like you have a 101 hero, or you don't have a printer at all, or you've tried and you failed and you can't print ABS for whatever reason. Try printing ABS first. Go buy a spool of eSun ABS Plus or any other ABS Plus that's beginner friendly. Put a cardboard box over your printer, give it a shot. I recommend if you have a PTFE based hot end, a PTFE lined hot end, that you swap it out for an all metal hot end at least. But yeah. There's no shame in going to Piff, but if you are waiting and it's a while, at least try. It's $20, $30 for a spool of ABS Plus. Give it a shot. Unless your printer overheats in a cardboard box. Take the electronics out. Can I do a tutorial on the small printer? Like printing with it? I don't have any like standalone videos on the bonsai itself. I did a few streams on it because I did the wiring of it on stream. But on my channel, playlist. I don't know why it's showing my like videos. Where is it? Where is it? Printing ABS for newbies. Hey, look, it's the bonsai. Back when I didn't have enough lighting in here. Here you go. If you want to print ABS, there you go. It's like 4 videos. How to print ABS, and we print on the bonsai. So a scrap printer build competition. Honestly, So I know it's like I have ideas for things I want to do on the channel that I can't do because of time and whatnot, but it's like I have a whole list of things that if I ever do YouTube full time, or I'm able to devote more time to the YouTube thing, of like things I want to do, and like I have like a whole bunch of little like mini projects and whatnot, or challenges or whatever. And one of them is try to build a 3D printer out of stuff at X store. So like build a 3D printer. Obviously you can't build a NEMA 17 with stuff you find at Walmart, but like other than the controller board and the motors and maybe a hot end, build a printer with stuff you find at like Home Depot or something like that. So every component from Home Depot or Walmart or whatever. What were you doing? Oh yeah, we got to do some AutoCAD. Fusion. Send feedback. No. So. We need to make something that is approximately. Are we going to have it attached there? Yeah. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I probably should not be AutoCADing on stream. I am horrible at that stuff. I'm actually really bad at CAD, so I probably shouldn't be doing that on stream. But I think we can at least kind of map out our idea. Because the plan is, this has like slotted. So I can actually index off of this if I design something that actually indexes. And then this has 2 holes in it. So all I need is something that screws to this, and then it has 2 holes, so I can attach this like this. I do have a little bit of up and down adjustability, and then I just put heat set inserts to screw this to. So I would just have that sit there, and I'd be able to probe. And then I can wire this into the rest of the printer. So that would probably be the easiest way to do that. So I think at this point we're going to call the build part of the stream and turn it into, because we only have half an hour left. Gotta finish my drink, and we'll just chill and have a chat. Or QA if anyone has any questions while I clean up. Got the Chimera installed. That's the big part of the stream tonight. Maybe I will show you guys what's in here. You ready? You ready? You ready? There you go. Moved them over. You could see a hint of the red. There we go. Can I put a Jayers on? I don't know what a Jayers is. I'm printing my ABS at 100C on my bed, and it's good temp to remove parts off the build plate. Once it gets under about 40, I think you can start removing parts. I know some people swear by waiting to like there's like a magic temperature of like 35 to 40 where they pop off easier. Yeah. The good thing with a flex plate, you could take the plate off and put it on like a cool surface and just wait. VHB tape and full send. I could just VHB tape it on. I mean, I could VHB tape it on. I could. Because once we have a heat set, I'm gonna bump it out. Oh, that won't be too bad. Yeah, no, that'll work. Let's put it right there. That'll actually be very easy. That's a single part, so. Let's see how long we need to make it. So let's make it 50 millimeters long by 5, 6, 7, 6 wide, 6.5 wide. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, where'd doggo? I could check, see if the doggo's outside. Nope. No doggo. He's been upstairs a lot lately. He hasn't been following me down much, so unfortunately no doggo tonight. So I do want to get some stuff on the resin printer for tomorrow. Because, let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? So, like, my wife is a huge Harry Potter fan. So, ChaosCoreTech has been putting these out. She does Spooktober. Sculptober? I don't know. They did it last year, but they're doing it again this year. Where it's like a model every day. So I got all these, like, big head Harry Potter figures. So I need to print these off for the wife because she's a huge Harry Potter fan. Little Dobie. So yeah, so click the link in the description for these guys, because there's a link to the link goes to the chibi Bob Ross, but it's the same creator, so you can just go to their page, and there's a whole bunch of them right now. So there's the Bob Ross. They're mostly Halloween themed, so I got to print those. I wanted to print them this week, but like literally this room has been a disaster. So I still need to source some stuff. So right now, there used to be a shelf here. I took the top of the shelf off and put just some wood. So that's where the resin will be. I want to put a toolbox there. So I'll have like the resin sit on top of a toolbox, and then I'll have all the drawers, because like stepper motors take up too much room on this shelf because I can't put anything above them. So I want to put like a toolbox there with all the resin stuff on top. So that would be the resin corner. And then this right here is the top of that shelf and that. So I want to get a proper like workbench here, hopefully with wheels, so I can wheel it out. And so that way I can do like videos where I'm standing in this corner here with like the workshop and the printers, and I can actually like talk with stuff in front of me. And then on top of that, I built that this week. So that is like a $50 filament storage rack. That's just two 2x8s and a bunch of 3/4 inch dowels. So I did that. So I got all the filament that was all over the place now in one spot. Oh, John Clark, $100. Thank you, appreciate it. Because you're awesome, buy more whiskey. Okay. I can't argue with that. Better? What's wrong with Wisers? What's wrong with Wisers? And then also, the camera rig's built. So I know we did it on stream, but I now have it on the shoe and everything. So this was, it is so nice to do videos with this now. Because I went out and bought a proper tripod. Where'd I put it? So before I was using like literally like a Walmart like $30 tripod. But now I have like an actual proper tripod with a mount, like a quick release mount for the camera and everything. So I've only done one video with it so far, but the fact when I'm doing a video now, I can just kind of throw this up and just kind of lock that in, get it at whatever height because it's higher now, and just hit record and go. And then when I'm done, I can just, you know, take it off, move to another position, get live footage or like handheld or whatever. The workflow is so much easier to work with. Oh. What, you wanted to come down here? Hey, get over here. Go ahead. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. The camera died. One second, one second. No, come on, come on. Why aren't you working? Video. I got the doggo. I got the doggo. I'm just trying to get the camera. Camera died. There we go. There we go. Go to. There you go, old man. There we go. Ah! It fell. It died again. Ah, okay. Yeah. You're hiding behind chat. One second. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's a good boy. A good boy? Kisses? Aw. Aw. He's getting old. All done? Okay, going back upstairs. Good night. There we go. Okay. Let's fix the camera. I killed it again. Deactivate. Activate. Hello? 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 Okay. Hey, you can see the camera above you. Okay. Duff $6.99. Doggo. Troy J $10. Doggo. What cam? Which webcam do I recommend? Whatever one you can get cheap that's good enough quality. Honestly, I use it has a C920. This one has a Microsoft Life Cam that I found in like a dollar store. Toasty and the V0 have like Raspberry Pi webcams, I believe. Yeah, just use whatever you have. This is a C920. Webcams were stupid expensive for a while and way overpriced, so yeah. You need 4. Well, here's the thing. Like, I could use this camera for streaming. Okay, the quality would probably be better, but let's see here. The problem is, I want to leave the stream camera set up as the stream camera, right? So if I were to, let's do this so you guys can see me if I happen to go bye-bye. So if I turn the settings, let's bring up the menu. Oh God, there's a lot of settings on this. Playback, setup. Cleaning mode, nope. HDMI settings. Info display. Okay. Okay, exit the menu. So if I unplug this guy, bring it over. And then plug it into here. Yeah. Okay, let me start movie. There we go. Oh, because it's 4K. That's why. It's trying to do 4K. It won't do 4K. Come on. Yeah, it probably doesn't like 4K. Hello. No, and then movie. Yeah, it doesn't like movies, so it's because it's doing 4K. See how it's only got like one of that. So if I let's see here. No, video. Where's video? Okay, menu. Put that in. Try restarting it. There way. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. There we go. Yeah, see, it's not set up right. I'd have to go through and set everything up. Yeah. Like I think the quality is a little bit better. Obviously, it's a 4K camera. So, yes, the quality would be better if I use the other camera. Yep, give me 1 second here, guys. Activate. Okay, why did we lose that guy? We lost that one. Activate. So I could go 4K. I think it's just easier to have an always on, like a dedicated camera for streaming. In this case, this guy. Activate. There we go. Hey, we're back. Way too wide. Zooming in. Because that was one of the big problems before. Also, this camera, it just makes more sense to leave this as a streaming camera because YouTube crushes everything, and I'm streaming at 1080p. So, Jeremy, thoughts on teaching tech stealing my video? He didn't steal my video ideas. He's doing a bunch of Clipper-related videos right now. At one point, he was going to talk about screens. I highly doubt he saw my video and threw together his video in a day. Like, just because people do videos on near the same thing. How many videos on how to level your Ender 3 V2 bed exist? And not everyone copies everyone. Other people, like, we have different audiences. So yes, with an A6400. But yeah, also having this always set up is easier because that's a rigid mount. It's a pain to take that off. I got to take out the dummy battery, unhook the HDMI cable, put the SD card in. This camera right here, I just leave it set up all the time for standalone videos. So this is just standalone videos where quality matters more than a live stream. So I think the quality is good enough on the live stream. I may swap out the lens. I'm thinking of looking for different lenses. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on all the chat. Quality is better. I know, I gotta play around with this camera. I don't think I have, like, I don't know if it's lens, because these have the same lenses. So the quality should be the same. I don't think you get any problem by swapping lenses while camera's on, but we're gonna find out. So, go to camera 2. Turn off. Yep. Like, they're both E-mounts. They're both the exact same lens. So I don't think... turn on. There we go. Yeah, I don't think the quality would be any difference for the lens. Like, it's the same lens. Is the quality any different? Actually, it does look a little bit clearer. Shoot. Does it look better now? Can't tell the difference. Yeah. Yeah. They're the same. They're both the same lens. It's the Sony kit lens. So. There we go. Yeah, they're both the kit lens, so. Well, it's not the recording. I don't know. Do I have a lens pen? No, I have not. I'll have to check it when I go to playback, because we're gonna be, the stream's almost over anyways. So. Okay, so let me catch up on this. Okay. Yeah, please don't go into flame wars about people stealing from other people. Like, honestly, I don't think anyone's stealing from anyone. There's only so much stuff about 3D printers you can cover. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you're doing videos on Clipper, at some point you're going to talk about screens. Like, it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know. Something happened with the colors. Yeah, the colors do look a little bit different. It looks a little bit more muted, eh? I don't know. I'll do a record test. We'll actually record something before and after. It looks the same, yeah. I don't have freckles. So. Whites look blown out. That might be the exposure. I've never been good with cameras, like... Yeah, this isn't full frame. It's an A6400. So. They should be the same. They're the exact same lens. Like, let me swap back here. Like, they are the exact same lens. Yeah, interchangeable lens. They're the exact same lens. Like, same model at least. 3.5 to 5.6, 16 to 50. Yeah. I can't remember which one's which now. Definitely clicks into that one better. I'm back. Yeah, I don't know. It looks the same to me. It looks the same. I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather have the better, like, I want to find a new lens for camera people. If you guys know, I don't want depth of field. I don't want like the Tom's, like if you watch Tom's stuff, he's got amazing cameras and amazing depth of field. And it looks all nice and cinematography is great on his videos. I want no depth of field. I want everything you see in focus. So like right now, I'm running at like F7 for f-stop. So like, cause I hate when it's like the f-stop's lower and it's constantly like chasing focus and stuff's constantly going in and out of focus. I want everything to be in focus. So I need to find like a lens, cause right now, what am I at? 25 millimeters, I think. 24, 25 millimeters. That's what the field of view I got right now. Yeah, 24 millimeters. That's my field of view. I might bump it out a little bit every now and then, but for the most part, that's it. So I'm fine with a fixed lens. I need to go with an F. Stop it down one. Large depth of field, not node. Yeah, I know. I always screw up the terms. I'm not a camera guy. But I know with the higher f-stop, I need more light. And I've already got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights in this room. Because I know if I drop the f-stop, it so if I drop it down to like f4.5, I need less light. But now not everything's in focus. Like, actually, yeah, see, like now the ender's not in focus in like the box. I'd rather have it where everything is in focus, but then everything gets dark. So I think f7.1 is usually what I sit around at. So, I don't know. Yeah, if I go from f8 to f11, you'll need double. Exactly. So I don't know if they make lenses that are bigger that have high f-stops, so I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. I think this is like, nobody has ever commented like bad about the stream quality. Yeah, I'm in movie mode. Why are you staying in movie? Nope. What are you doing? Yeah, there you go. So nobody's ever like, I think the quality is good enough. Plus, like, you know, I'm using a C920 as my mobile cam. This is a Canon Vixia with blown out, completely wrong reds. So yeah, I don't know. Shooting at like f7.1, there's no point in expensive lens. I know, I don't care about the price. It's more, I was hoping to find a lens that would allow me, there I am, would allow everything to be in focus and get a lot of light. So, yeah. And that's the thing, like no matter how good the quality will be, YouTube always crushes it. That's why I'd rather record everything in 4K on the video. Because if you look at my most recent video, it looks bloody amazing compared to my previous stuff. Because also, this thing has audio in. So I can like feed my lav into it directly. It'll be nice when I go places with it. So, I don't know. I cannot find Ender 303 firmware. If you're running Clipper, just use the regular Ender 3 firmware and just, or config, and then just change the bed size. That's all you really got to do. Less aberration, sharper corners. The corner sharp? How sharp are my corners? Let's see here. Is the corner sharp, guys? I don't know. I think, I don't know. It looks sharp enough to me. I don't know. The kit lens is crap. It came with a lens though. Like, let's be honest, I'm filming 3D printing tutorials by myself in a basement. And again, still part-time. So, ain't no cinema cameras, no reds down here. KB3D, hello! You've caught the very end of the stream. We got like 4 minutes left. So yeah, so anything else you guys want me to go over before we call it a day there? So yeah, so next week, something might show up that I might work. So I don't think we'll be touching this next week. I'll probably do the finishing of this off stream because all I got to do is put Clipper on it and extend some wires and finish hooking everything up. So this will probably be maybe just, we might do another stream on it or not. Maybe once it's all up and running and get it tuned. But yeah. So I have a video installing Clipper. I have several videos on my channel. Go to my channel playlists. I have a playlist dedicated entirely to Clipper. $33C. For ABS Plus, you should be fine. The chamber is mostly also to help with drafts. You don't want air moving over your print. So as long as you have dead air and a warm air, you should be okay with most entry-level ABSs. KB3D, $20. Thank you, appreciate it. Somebody sending me a link to that pen I should buy, apparently. I haven't cleaned any of my lenses. Like, this lens hasn't been cleaned since I've started using it. 33 is ambient. That is warm air. Or ambient temperature, not room temperature. If your room temperature is 33, you're in a hot room. So there we go. That's not too bad for a first stream back after the week. Honestly, not streaming last week threw off my whole schedule. It screwed up everything. Like, it's kind of good because I'm waiting on a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff coming. This little content drought where we're trying to figure out something to do every week. That should be over relatively soon. I got the Micron build. That will probably be several streams. We also have the Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder. That's probably gonna be several streams, figuring that all out and building that up. I got a Delta on the way, so that'll be an unboxing stream and a first print type setup. What else? I have an Oskitone coming. It's an Oskitone little keyboard synth DIY build, so that's all soldering and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to get a solder sucker or a fume extractor, because I know people will yell at me if I spend the whole afternoon soldering without a fume extractor. So yeah, so that'll probably be a stream too, because hey, why not? Gotta vary it up. I can't do printing stuff every week. So I think I will call it there. Enjoy the rest of my drink, go relax for a bit, and then go to bed. So, thank you for joining me on this wonderful Saturday night. First night back after a week off, which completely feels weird for me. Because otherwise we were going on almost a year without a missed stream. But technically I did do a stream last week on the camera, so I haven't missed a week of streaming yet. Before you head out, check the description. Make sure you go visit Thangs. Create an account if you have not. They sponsor the show. Great folk there. Bob Ross model is awesome. It is FDM capable. You can print it on an FDM machine. I did it in resin because I'm going to paint it. Because I'm actually having fun painting. I printed a few more models since then. It's fun. What else? So yeah, big shout out to Thangs. Check the description. Click the link. Also, what was I going to say? I was going to bring up something important, but I can't remember what it was. Couldn't have been too important. No, it's not that. It's not that. If I remember, I'll tweet about it. So also, follow me at Twitter at 3DPNero. Make sure you like that smash button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Ring the bell. Do the other YouTuber things that YouTubers say. So go watch a PewDiePie video, and whatever he says at the end, do that to my video. Or Mr. Beast, or whoever the popular YouTuber is now. It's sad. I was listening to some kids at work. You know you're in a weird time when you overhear kids talking about retirement plans, and one of them legit suggests, oh, I just hope to get on a Mr. Beast video one day. I don't think Mr. Beast is a valid retirement plan, but whatever. Be safe out there. Controller board giveaway. We'll do one next week. I'll give away a controller board next week. I still have like 5 octopi left, and I'm saving a couple for projects. But be safe out there. Wash your hands. And cheers.